Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. We're up here at Bungie for IGN First Destiny coverage all month long. The Destiny beta is coming, and I'm here with Lars Bakken, the senior design lead. Remind me again?
Design lead.
That's right. That looks good on the business card. This is a map, Lars, the only one in the beta that's got vehicles in it.
That is correct.
And therefore, it's automatically my favorite.
It's pretty damn fun, I have to say.
So take us through here. What are the key points, key landmarks, and definitely give us a quick tour of these vehicles as well.
Sure. So you're gonna notice there's actually 4 different vehicles on First Light. There's the Interceptor, which I'm looking at right now, which is our total beast tank. There's the Pike, which is a great quick traversal. It also has guns. And then the third one is the turret over here, which is great. It's located in multiple hard points along the map, where usually in really good defend points for the different control areas. And then the final vehicle is one that you always have with you.
Your good old Sparrow.
That is your Sparrow.
Yeah, really, I found this while we were playing really helpful for when I'd respawn and just wanted to get back to a control point as quickly as I could. Yeah,
it's super nice. We actually spawn you a little bit out on the edges of the map, not only to keep you safe, but to also help remind people that they have their Sparrow, and it sort of lets them tool around and get back to locations really quickly, get back to combat. So the first location we're going to be playing Control in the beta that I'll look at is the Sea Flag, and it's on the far edge of the map, near where you can see all the crazy hive activity has actually created these huge rifts in the tectonic plates on the moon. Like, it's totally getting ripped apart. You see that when you're flying in from orbit, which you saw on the intro, and that's how we identify this side of the map. It's
completely screwing with the tides back on Earth as well.
Absolutely, of course. You know it. So this map is really big, obviously by the inclusion of vehicles, but there's a lot of different really interesting routes. There's a lot of long lines of sight as well, so if there are any snipers out there, there's some pretty fun places to post up. The next location I'll go to is B, and it's at this sort of central complex, which is really heavily fought over in a high vehicle traffic lane too, so you get to see a lot of people doing interesting things around here with vehicles and infantry mixed together.
Was there any thought, do we have any gravity effects going on here because we're on the moon?
No. When the Traveler arrived, it actually did some pretty amazing things on all the different planets, and one of those things it did was give a light atmosphere and some additional gravity to the moon. So it feels pretty similar to everywhere else.
A likely story, Lars.
Yes. Magic, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
So this, again, kind of feels like, it seems like most of the maps that we've got, the Crucible maps in the Destiny beta are all pretty well mid-sized maps. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, this one's definitely our biggest. Actually, I would classify this as a large map, and part of that is having the vehicles. You've got some routes that take you around the far sides, and then there's a lot of play space on the exterior as well. And this is our A control point. It's inside a dome that's on the far side of the map. The interesting thing about A is that you have this viewpoint to people that are outside. So you can see if there are vehicles coming in, you can see if there are players coming in. We had an interesting thing happen in the alpha where someone was trying to take a control point. An enemy came through this window right here, started dancing, took the guy's attention away, and someone from his team came around behind him and meleeed him in the back. It was pretty cool.
It's interesting distraction.
Yeah, it works. It works.
So can we expect multiple maps on the moon in the final game? What's
you're
what's the story?
Fishing for more information.
Of course, that's what we have. That's what we're here for.
Well, like any destination in Destiny, you can anticipate seeing some things on all the locations. So I can neither confirm nor deny. But yeah.
Well, I will ask you this. I mean, we saw in the other map tour videos, if you've been watching those or they're coming up later this week on IGN. That there are multiple times of day on each map. Does that apply here on the moon as well?
That does apply here on the moon.
So pitch black, dark at night version of this?
Not quite. It's still going to be relatively bright, but the thing you'll notice is that the Earth is in different forms of shadow during the different times of day. That's the big notifier, but you will see the shadows be in different places, I'll give you a little hint right here. Interceptor versus turret. Normally turret kicks the crap out of interceptor unless the interceptor boosts into it and takes out in one hit.
That's a pro tip right there.
That's a pro tip.
That first one's free here on IGN.
Yeah, that's right.
Plenty of room to roam. So I'm curious, why the decision, because I noticed this in the alpha, why can't we board enemy vehicles?
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm curious to hear the thought behind that.
That's a great question. You're so mobile in Destiny. You know, not only are you faster, you always have sprint activate. You know, you always have the ability to activate sprint. You have these movement modes that push you up into the air. You're actually a lot harder to hit than you ever were in our previous games in Halo. And so the player is so much more mobile and so much more deadly, having grenades, having supers. There's all sorts of things you can do to vehicles that are always at your disposal. Supers obviously come less often. But grenades come back relatively frequently. Grenades do additional damage. All the vehicles are pretty open on the sides and the back, so you can shoot people out if you're good with precision weapons. And then, yeah, your supers and your heavy ammo takes vehicles out really quickly as well. So we figured we had so many other ways to eliminate players and vehicles. An additional one was sort of overkill at that point.
Interesting. So you'd rather us almost engage the vehicles by design rather than steal them?
Yeah, and we do some pretty cool things too. Like when you kill someone out of a vehicle with a grenade, or even sometimes a super, an undamaged vehicle, you'll leave it there. You'll kill the player who was inside it, and now there's this. It's not pristine anymore, but there's an interceptor or a pike there for you to then go and you basically say, no, that's my toy. I'm taking it now. And we allow you to do that.
So the Pike and the Sparrow are obviously one-person vehicles. Is the Interceptor a one-person vehicle as well?
It is a one-person vehicle as well, unless you have a teammate stand on the front and dance while you're going around the map, which does happen sometimes.
Can we look forward to multi-passenger vehicles in the final game?
Oh, that's you know what?
It's a great question, isn't it?
It is a great question, and I'll not answer that.
Lars doing what he does best.
I'm terrible.
Just dodging me, double jumping over my head. Well, that's a fantastic tour of this bad boy moon map. So we've got 5 total. We've got all the beta maps, and then if you stay tuned later in the month here on IGN, we might have a sneak peek at a map that you won't find in the beta that you'll otherwise have to wait to see in the final version. So Lars, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And for more on Destiny, keep it locked right here all month long. This is IGN First.